Drought in the Euphrates River has been a phenomenon with a lot of religious backing. However, when the Bible says particular things will happen, it doesn't tell if it's due to nature.
Syria's longest river has receded, parching trees and leaving families of local farmers without water to drink.
For centuries, the Euphrates has flowed silently, guarding mysteries no one could uncover. Legends whispered of hidden chambers, lost treasures, and secrets buried beneath its waters. But they were dismissed as myths. Now something unprecedented has pierced, and an advanced AI is revealing anomalies no human eye has ever seen. The discoveries are shocking, and what comes next could change everything. But no one is prepared for what the river is about to reveal. The vanishing river as a cryptic warning. The Euphrates River, often called the cradle of civilization, has nourished life for thousands of years. Flowing over 2,700 kilometers from the mountains of eastern Turkey through Syria and Iraq, it has been the lifeline of empires and the birthplace of stories that shaped humanity. But today, this ancient river is vanishing before our eyes, and what it's revealing beneath its surface has left scientists, locals, and spiritual believers both awestruck and terrified. According to the Water Inventory Organization, the Euphrates once carried around 30 billion cubic meters of water annually at the Turkish-Syrian border. But after decades of dam construction and water diversions, that number has dropped to nearly 25 billion cubic meters, or even less in recent years. The river's basin covers about 440,000 square kilometers, stretching across lands where rainfall drastically varies, from over 1,000 millimeters a year in Turkey's highlands to barely 75 millimeters in Iraq's parched deserts. The farther the Euphrates flows, the weaker it becomes, and now its decline feels almost like a slow death. Satellite images reveal a shocking truth. Large sections of the river have dried up, exposing cracked earth where water once shimmered. Islands and sandbars have appeared, and in some places, locals can now walk across what was once deep water. The Center for Strategic and International Studies warns that if this trend continues, parts of the Euphrates could disappear entirely by 2040. The implications are devastating. Farmlands turning to dust, drinking water growing scarce, and communities forced to abandon their ancestral homes. Villages that once thrived on the river's banks now struggle to survive as salt seeps into the soil and ancient irrigation systems collapse. But among the tragedy, a darker mystery has begun to unfold. As the water recedes, strange shapes are emerging. Entrances, voids, and patterns that seem too perfect to be natural. Local fishermen and villagers whisper about hollow sounds echoing from beneath the dry riverbed, as if something lies buried deep below. Drone footage shared online shows what appear to be openings carved into the exposed banks, sparking viral debates. Some claim they are ancient tunnels or forgotten structures. Others fear they could be the remnants of something deliberately hidden long ago. Archaeologists, too, are paying attention. Sites that were once submerged have reappeared, revealing long-buried ruins and artifacts. Mysterious mounds, possibly ancient settlements, are emerging, their outlines faint but unmistakable. Yet despite mounting curiosity, no one can fully explain these formations. Are they natural geological features, or has the Euphrates been concealing a secret for millennia? This question has captivated scientists and believers alike. Some argue that these are simply signs of erosion and human interference. Others suggest something far greater, a clue to an ancient civilization or even a prophetic event. The puzzle deepens as technology joins the search. Experts believe that only artificial intelligence and advanced remote sensing might be able to uncover the full truth beneath the surface. The Euphrates, once a river of life, has become a river of questions. Its shrinking waters whisper warnings that echo through time. Yet as the earth grows hotter and the river grows weaker, one can't help but wonder, what if nature itself is trying to reveal something long buried, old tales and prophecies? For thousands of years, the Euphrates has been woven into the stories, beliefs, and fears of the people who lived along its banks. In Mesopotamian-era legends, rivers were not merely physical features, but gateways to the underworld. Ancient texts speak of hidden realms beneath the flowing water, rivers beneath rivers, in mysterious chambers where kings, priests, or forgotten civilizations might have left their secrets. Tribal tales passed down orally through generations describe sealed caves and tunnels under the riverbed. Some speak of spirits dwelling beneath the waters, guardians of lost treasures, while others claim that tunnels were once used by ancient rulers to move undetected between cities. In some Islamic eschatological writings, the drying of the Euphrates is a sign of immense events, revealing either vast treasures or terrifying creatures long hidden from human sight. Religious frameworks add another layer of fascination and fear. The Christian New Testament, particularly the Book of Revelation, mentions the drying of the Euphrates as a prophetic warning before the arrival of the end times. While many scholars interpret this as symbolic, what if the drying we see today is literal? Could the river's retreat be fulfilling ancient predictions in real time? Other apocryphal texts and fringe interpretations take the ideas further, suggesting that the river's lowering might expose hidden weapons or relics, artifacts so powerful that they shaped empires or changed the course of history. These texts feed a growing sense of awe and dread for anyone who witnesses the river's slow decline. Archaeological work along the Euphrates provides glimpses into the reality behind the myths. Excavations at sites like Jebel Aruda, situated along the riverbank, have uncovered temples and homes dating back to around 3,300 BC. At Tal Basi, a fortified city, parts of the lower town were submerged due to dam construction, leaving some structures hidden underwater for decades. Earlier surveyors occasionally reported voids and pits beneath the river, though these claims were often dismissed at the time. Yet each rediscovered ruin and anomaly hints that the river may be guarding far more than anyone can imagine. The power of these myths shapes how people perceive new discoveries. When mysterious formations emerge from the receding waters, observers often see exactly what they expect: secret chambers, ancient relics, or monstrous guardians. This human tendency complicates modern investigations. Even when advanced technology like AI detects anomalies beneath the river, separating signal from wishful or fearful interpretation becomes a challenge. AOI uncovering what humans missed. In recent years, artificial intelligence has begun to reveal what human eyes and traditional surveys could never detect. Using deep learning and advanced algorithms, AI can now analyze satellite imagery, aerial photos, radar scans, and other geospatial data to uncover hidden patterns beneath the Earth's surface. In regions like Mesopotamia, this technology has opened a new chapter in archaeology, revealing landscapes, structures, and voids long thought lost to time. A notable study, AI Ming Backwards, Vanishing Archaeological Landscapes in Mesopotamia, and Automatic Detection of Sites on Corona Imagery, demonstrates how AI can identify previously undetected sites by comparing decades of satellite images. The AI models are trained carefully, using a combination of old and new imagery, annotated examples of known archaeological sites, and guidance from human experts. By learning what authentic structures look like, the system can then search vast areas for anomalies, flagging anything that diverges from natural patterns. This approach allows the AI to detect tunnels, cavities, and structural voids hidden beneath the soil, features that surveys and ground teams had missed for decades. When researchers applied these methods to the Euphrates River, the results were striking. The AI identified clusters of anomalies beneath stretches of the river where water had receded. Some anomalies appeared as linear voids, while others formed interconnected cavity networks or tunnel-like geometries. Interestingly, many of these anomalies followed the alignment of former river channels or side meanders that are now dry, suggesting the presence of buried side canal tunnels or man-made substructures. Modern AI combined with remote sensing offers unprecedented promise. Semantic segmentation models, for instance, have been used to detect archaeological sites in Mesopotamian floodplains with up to 80% accuracy. Techniques like LiDAR, radar altimetry, thermal differentials, and gravity anomaly detection enable airborne and spaceborne sensors to pick up shallow subsurface features. Ground-penetrating radar, coupled with neural networks like DepthNet, can even reconstruct three-dimensional structures beneath the surface. In all cases, human experts work alongside AI, validating or rejecting flagged sites to ensure accuracy and reduce false positives. Not all anomalies are clear-cut. Many detections have moderate confidence, potentially reflecting noise or ambiguous patterns. Yet a few hotspots stand out, showing high-confidence signals with straight lines and right angles that are inconsistent with natural erosion. These areas have become prime targets for further investigation using drilling or GPR verification. The AI has told us where to look, into the under-river landscape, exploring hidden corridors and chambers that may have remained invisible for millennia. Secrets beneath the waters of the Euphrates River. Beneath the Euphrates River, a hidden world begins to take shape. Using AI-mapped anomalies and advanced remote sensing, researchers have overlaid zones of interest on satellite imagery and elevation data, revealing a complex subterranean landscape. Cross-section diagrams show depths, thicknesses, and potential cavities, with many features lining up along former river channels or tributary paths. This alignment hints at possible human extensions, suggesting that some of these structures may have been deliberately engineered rather than formed naturally. Several hypotheses have emerged about the origin of these anomalies. Some might be natural caves or karst features, formed over millennia, where soluble rock layers eroded to create voids. Others appear to be human-built tunnels or galleries, possibly ancient hydraulic channels, drainage systems, or secret subterranean corridors designed for storage, movement, or protection. A few anomalies suggest special-purpose chambers, potentially serving as ritual spaces, sealed repositories, or storage vaults. Each possibility carries a different set of implications, raising questions about the people who built them and why. To understand the anomalies better, researchers cross-check geophysical and hydrological data. Sediment and soil maps help estimate erosion, sediment compaction, and filling, while hydrological models predict how these voids could affect groundwater flow or leak patterns. Thermal and electromagnetic readings are analyzed to detect hidden activity or unusual material properties. Some zones emit unexpected signatures, while others behave in ways inconsistent with natural geology, signaling that the truth beneath the river might be stranger than anyone imagined. Among the most puzzling are the unexplained weird zones. Some anomalies show odd shapes, intersecting tunnels, or apparent plugs and sealed gaps. The AI has flagged areas of negative density or unexpectedly high porosity in solid rock layers, suggesting cavities that defy natural explanation. These high-confidence sites are now considered prime candidates for further investigation, potentially hiding objects or structures that have remained untouched for centuries. Each anomaly is assigned a confidence score, reflecting the probability that it represents a real feature rather than noise. Some are moderate, indicating possible false positives, while others are unmistakable, showing structural regularity that cannot be explained by erosion alone. Researchers have also marked safety and risk zones, prioritizing which areas to investigate first while considering the potential hazards of disturbing sealed chambers or unstable structures. The underground roadmap beneath the Euphrates is now visible, revealing a labyrinth of tunnels, cavities, and chambers that were once entirely hidden. The question is no longer whether something exists beneath the water, but what lies inside these shadowy corridors and how dangerous it could be to uncover them. The terrifying implications. Beneath the rapidly receding waters of the Euphrates, the hidden chambers revealed by AI present questions that are both thrilling and terrifying. As the river dries, previously submerged spaces are being exposed, raising the possibility that what has been hidden for millennia is now vulnerable. Some chambers might hold ancient artifacts or archives, such as intact scrolls, clay tablets, or entire libraries preserved by centuries of water coverage. Others are far more alarming: buried technologies or weapons, perhaps chemical, biological, or exotic materials deliberately stored for protection. Even stranger possibilities include unknown subterranean life forms, organisms, or microbes that have never seen the surface, potentially dangerous or scientifically invaluable. The drying of the river itself amplifies the risks. Air entering these sealed chambers could trigger oxidation, microbial blooms, or the release of poisonous gases. Pressure changes might cause sudden collapses or flooding within the voids. Any human intervention, drilling, excavation, or even routine exploration could destabilize the fragile structures, releasing whatever lies inside. The retreating waters not only reveal secrets but also increase the hazard of exposing them prematurely. The implications extend far beyond science. The Euphrates Basin is already under severe water stress, with flows projected to near zero by 2040, according to CSIS. Upstream countries, especially Turkey with its GAP dam project, control much of the river's water, creating tension with downstream nations. Now, the prospect of hidden chambers beneath drying riverbeds adds another layer of concern. Uncovering artifacts, resources, or even weapons could shift archaeological prestige, economic leverage, or strategic power, heightening political and security stakes in an already fragile region. Worst-case scenarios are chilling. A sealed chamber could contain ancient pathogens revived by exposure to air. Excavation could trigger subsidence events, destabilizing riverbanks and causing floods. The discovery of weapons or strategic materials might reignite territorial disputes, turning the drying river into a flashpoint for conflict. Ethical and strategic questions loom large. Should some chambers remain sealed until safe protocols are established? Who controls access? The international community, local governments, archaeologists, or intelligence agencies? The drying Euphrates has transformed from a river of life into a labyrinth of risk and mystery, where human curiosity could unleash consequences no one anticipated. Skeptics, deniers, and shadow programs. Even as AI uncovers astonishing anomalies beneath the Euphrates, not everyone is convinced. Scientific skeptics caution that many flagged features could be illusions. Sensor noise, image stitching errors, or seasonal moisture shifts can create patterns that mimic tunnels. Natural geological processes, erosion lines, root channels, or soil cracks may also appear as subterranean voids in satellite imagery. Peer reviewers raise concerns about AI overfitting, false positives, and confirmation bias, warning that human expectations can color interpretations of ambiguous data. Defenders of the AI approach counter these criticisms with rigorous validation. False positive rates are carefully estimated, and models are repeatedly tested against known archaeological sites. Human experts, including archaeologists and geophysicists, cross-check flagged anomalies to reduce errors. Independent teams attempting to replicate results have found similar clusters of anomalies, lending credibility to the findings and suggesting that at least some features are genuine rather than computational artifacts. Yet beyond technical debate, there is a world of speculation about concealed knowledge and deliberate suppression. Some theorists suggest that governments or intelligence agencies may already be aware of subterranean anomalies and have chosen to withhold the information from public view. Whistleblower rumors speak of classified satellite scans, secret contracts with geophysical firms, and the erasure of records that might confirm what lies beneath. History offers precedent. Archaeological discoveries and underground military installations have been quietly hidden or restricted, often in the name of national security. This tension between transparency and secrecy is striking. Open archaeology encourages public knowledge and scientific scrutiny, yet national security concerns, fragile structures, and the risk of sensationalized treasure hunting complicate matters. International oversight, through organizations like UNESCO or global scientific consortia, could mediate competing interests, but sovereign claims over the Euphrates region make unified governance difficult. Adding to the complexity, the battle for narrative control shapes public perception. Media outlets, social networks, and conspiracy theorists all influence what the world believes about the river's hidden world. Disinformation campaigns, contradictory leaks, and accusations of cover-ups can drown out careful scientific analysis. The real data risks being lost in a flood of sensationalism, leaving the public uncertain about what is real and what is speculation. The controversy surrounding the Euphrates anomalies is as much a story about human perception, secrecy, and politics as it is about archaeology. Every revelation is filtered through layers of interpretation, doubt, and competing interests, making the truth harder to grasp. Choices, warnings, and what comes next. Beneath the drying waters of the Euphrates, the hidden corridors and chambers uncovered by AI, demand careful attention. The next steps are clear yet delicate. Researchers plan focused ground surveys using geophysical methods like ground-penetrating radar, seismic scanning, magnetometry, and gravimetry over the high-confidence zones. Drilling cores and boreholes may provide samples of rock, air, residues, or artifacts. In still-flooded areas, underwater robots and submersibles can explore without disturbing fragile structures. These missions must be multidisciplinary, involving archaeologists, biologists, geologists, and security experts, each contributing knowledge to avoid missteps. Precaution is essential. Some anomalies may need to remain sealed until safety protocols are fully established, including gas monitoring and structural support. No-go zones can protect both humans and fragile underground structures. Decisions about artifact removal versus leaving items in situ must balance scientific discovery with ethical preservation. Handling ancient chambers improperly could destroy history or unleash hazards we cannot yet foresee. The Euphrates may be the first revealed, but it is unlikely to be unique. Could hidden under-river networks lie beneath the Nile, Danube, Amazon, or Ganges, simply undetectable until AI and advanced sensors give us the resolution we need? This discovery signals a new frontier in exploration, one where the subterranean world is no longer invisible. Scholars have begun discussing a subterranean treaty or international guidelines to govern how we investigate unknown underground spaces, balancing curiosity, safety, and sovereignty. Time is not on our side. The water crisis in the Euphrates Basin is intensifying. Many anomalies are only exposed because river levels have fallen dramatically. Once the river dries completely, some features could collapse, oxidize, or degrade, shrinking the window for safe and accurate exploration. The race is as much against nature as it is against ignorance. For believers, the drying of the Euphrates carries profound prophetic significance and warnings. In the Christian New Testament, particularly the book of Revelation, the river's decline is described as a sign preceding end times events. Revelation chapter 16 verse 12 mentions the Euphrates drying to prepare the way for the kings of the east, signaling upheaval and judgment. Many interpret this as a literal warning that pivotal events unfold when the river retreats, urging vigilance, repentance, and spiritual preparedness. In Islamic eschatology, the Euphrates is also mentioned as hiding treasures and possibly dangerous entities beneath its waters, which will emerge as the river dries. Some scholars interpret this as a call for believers to act with caution and awareness, recognizing that what emerges may carry both tests and trials for humanity. The drying of the river is seen not just as an environmental event, but as a divine sign, reminding people of the fragility of life, the consequences of human action, and the importance of moral and spiritual readiness. Local traditions reinforce these warnings. Tribal and Mesopotamian-era stories speak of spirits, hidden chambers, and ancient treasures that the river conceals. As the Euphrates retreats, these stories serve as cautionary tales, suggesting that uncovering what was long hidden carries both danger and responsibility. Believers are urged to heed the signs, respect the natural and spiritual order, and prepare for the unfolding consequences. In essence, for those who read these signs spiritually, the drying Euphrates is a wake-up call, a reminder that history, nature, and prophecy are intertwined, and that vigilance, humility, and moral clarity are required as the river's secrets slowly reveal themselves. At the heart of this mystery is a haunting reflection. The terror may not come from monsters, ancient weapons, or hidden relics. It lies in our own ignorance, hubris, and unpreparedness. We stand at the threshold between what we can observe and what has been buried for millennia. The subterranean world challenges our knowledge, our ethics, and our courage. Ultimately, a question lingers. When the hidden chambers of the Euphrates are fully revealed, will humanity dare to look? The answer may define not just how we interact with history, but how we confront the unseen forces beneath our feet, and what other mysteries might lie waiting in the shadows of the world's rivers. The Euphrates is revealing secrets long hidden beneath its waters. What do you think lies in those mysterious chambers? Could these discoveries be warnings, treasures, or something far more dangerous? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below.